First of all, I never thought that one day I could make a game and publish it on the internet. But now it has become a reality. My game is now live on itch.io and people are actually downloading it. When I used to watch horror gameplay videos on YouTube, I always preferred atmospheric horror. Long corridors, isolated places, being completely alone, and midnight feeling. So when I learned all the basic stuff like building environments in Blender, importing them into Unity, creating a first-person controller, creating AI enemies using navmesh agents, and other beginner things, a big problem appeared. How do I actually get the idea for a game? What should the story be? How should I build it? Because this time, I did not just want to make a random game. I wanted to release it as a commercial product and hopefully earn some money from it. Then I started asking myself questions like what will be the genre of the game? In my case, it was fixed horror game. How much time can I invest? Maximum 6 months. How should the environment look? Will the story have a meaningful ending or remain unexplained? Which year does the game take place in? Will it happen during daytime, nighttime or midnight? Who is the player? Should the game be first person or third person? In my case it was fixed first person. What should the environment be all about? What is the purpose of the supernatural elements? And most importantly, what is the actual story of the game? And one more important thing I want to let you know, if you are making your first game, try taking inspiration from an existing game first. It helps a lot. Then I remembered a game Night Security by Chilla's Art. I watched it on the YouTube channel Live in Sun. In that game, the player works as a night guard inside a corporate office at midnight. The player uses an elevator to go through multiple floors. He checks for abnormalities, turning off lights and doors. While doing the task, strange things start happening and the player encounters weird office staff members. Finally, reaching the last floor and after finishing all the tasks, the player uncovers the truth behind everything through puzzle solving and exploration. But just when he thinks it's over, a monster-like creature starts chasing him through the office and in the end, the player dies. That game gave me the inspiration to build my own horror game inside a corporate office. Then I decided to set the game in the year 2002 because old retro computers and tube light offices naturally create creepy atmosphere. And of course the game had to take place at midnight. After that, I changed the role of the player from night guard to an office staff member because I could not think of enough interesting gameplay ideas for a security guard. Now my player needed actual office tasks to do. Since the player works in an office, I made the computers interactable so the gameplay itself could happen through the computer system. Then another question came into my mind. What kind of office would already feel creepy even before the horror starts? And somehow it should also be connected to death. So again, I started watching office-style horror games like The Mortuary Assistant and Dark Fracture. And then suddenly I got the idea, what about a life insurance office? In insurance office, staff verify death claim forms of dead people. And that became the core gameplay idea. Now the last thing left was finalizing the story. We often hear about corruption inside insurance companies, right? Cases where companies reject genuine death claims just to save money. So I thought, what if the office in my game was hiding something like that? What if some of the death claim forms were intentionally manipulated? What if innocent people never received their insurance money because of corruption inside the company? And slowly, while verifying the forms, the player starts discovering that something terrible happened inside this office in the past. So here's the story of the game. You can pause and read. And if you are someone who wants to make your first game, especially a horror game, don't start with graphics first. Start with inspiration from an existing game. Start with questions. Ask yourself what kind of feelings you want the player to experience. Because once all these things become clear, it becomes much easier to actually finish the game. I have given the link to the game in the description if you want to try it yourself. And if you want to watch more deep level videos about game development, horror game design, and how I actually build my games completely from scratch, Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next video.